Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you might be on YouTube right now. This is Monks at the Wilderness, Dells Ducks hockey, coming off of a big weekend sweep of the Ironwood Fighting Yoopers. My name is Matt Panier. I am joined by Allison. And Allison, your title is quite a mouthful, by the way. She's the Franchising, Marketing, and Communications Coordinator here at Monks. What does that all entail, Allison?
Basically, like I told you earlier, whatever they tell me to do, I do. I do a mixture of our social media accounts and a lot of our basic advertising, whether it be print, billboards, TV, all of that stuff. I help to develop it. I also handle, let's see, what else do I do? I handle a lot of the graphic design. So the menus here, both drink and regular menus, I've designed and fixed over the years. And there's just a whole lot of stuff that I can't write down that happens, so.
That's okay. It keeps you flexible, keeps you employed, right?
Yes, it does.
You know, one of the great things that I've noticed about Monks over the past couple of weeks is anytime the Dells Ducks are posting some statuses on Facebook or social media, Monks is there to share it. It's a nice relationship that's been building.
Well, I would hope so. I know we are a big supporter of the Ducks, and we just love being a part of your team.
Now, what do you know about the Dells Ducks? Do you come to the games? Have you seen what goes on there?
I do come to the games. I started coming to the games probably halfway through this last season, so I haven't been a diehard fan all 3 years, but we're getting there.
You're getting there, and that's good.
Yes.
What are some of the things you enjoy about going to the Ducks games?
Well, I've always been a hockey fan. I used to go to a lot of Badger hockey games with my dad when I was younger, so that's always, I may not know a ton about hockey, but I definitely know what's going on and when. So
That's good enough.
I think I like the atmosphere most of all. You seem to have some very genuine fans, and it's really nice to see.
Another thing that's nice to see is I know the Ducks players and coaches seem to come and pack Monks after every game. That's kind of a good
I'm not going to
relationship.
complain about that one, no, not at all.
So, as far as Monks and the Dells Ducks, tell us a little bit about the partnership and kind of how things have been going hand in hand.
Well, Coach approached me this spring and asked if we would sponsor the Dells Ducks, and we happily obliged. I actually took all the different options to the franchise owner, Tom Heller, and we decided that we were going to take the largest one, which provides you with warm-up jerseys with our logo on it. We also have some pretty cool events coming up. I don't know if I can announce those yet, but I'll just keep everybody hanging.
That's okay. I mean, people are going to be watching this somewhere down the line. They'll find out eventually.
Oh, probably, but maybe next time.
Okay.
So just got to figure out some last-minute details. We help to advertise in their programs. A lot of our players receive, we call it the Dells Ducks player card. And so last year and the year before, I do believe we offered 10% off to the boys when they came in. This year we bumped it up to 20% just because we know that they frequent here and we really appreciate everything, all the loyalty that the Ducks have shown us.
Now, what's great is this is really just literally right across the street from Poppy Waterman Ice Rink.
Yes.
So if there's some fans from other teams that are coming out here, they're going to spend the weekend here in Wisconsin Dells. Monks is a great place to come after the game. Family, friends, everybody. Bring everybody down to Monks, right?
Yes, I definitely promote that. Where we're at right now is our lower level sports zone, and it is great for any team gatherings, family gatherings. It's just, we have, I think, 15 TVs down here. We've got 2 LCD drop-down screens, so it's pretty much a sport lover's haven.
Yeah, great place to be, great place to come after any Dells Ducks game. Allison, thank you so much. And by the way, this isn't the only Monks. There's the one downtown. There's one now in Middleton and one in Sun Prairie as well on the way.
Our Sun Prairie location will open, I do believe, at least by Black Friday of this year. So
get your shopping
the pressure's
done.
on now.
Get your shopping done and head on over to Monks down in Sun Prairie.
I hope so. It's in a pretty central location.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Allison,
No
and
problem.
thank you to Monks for all that they do for the Dells Ducks.
We're happy to help.
All right, great. We're going to bring now Coach back up here. Coach Bill Zanaboni and Yari Nightenbach are here for Dells Ducks Weekly. So we'll slide you out. Thank you, Allison.
All right,
Thanks for
thank
stopping
you.
by. Don't leave me hanging now. All right.
I won't.
We'll see you at the next Dells Ducks game, which is coming up in November. Yari, why don't you step up here? I think Coach is taking a little phone call. This might not be live, but it's as close to live as it is because we don't like to do editing here on Dells Ducks Weekly. So, Yari, let's slide you in here. You guys are coming off of a very nice weekend up in Upper Michigan. Brand new team. What was the experience like up in Ironwood?
It was good. We got to stay in cabins, which was fun, and it was good bonding. We handled the hockey as good as we could have, I guess.
Yeah, you guys really did handle it. Now I see we got Coach ready to go. He's going to step on up here and join us on Dell's Ducks Weekly. Coach,
Yes, sir.
Yari just said you guys handled the hockey up there. I think that's a very good way of putting it. 7-1 on night number 1, 7-0 on night number 2, 13-0 on night number 3. You had some concerns going into Ironwood. What did you do to address those to make sure that things went the way that they did?
Well, I think, we just kind of address how important every game is for our guys. We're a veteran club, and, our guys are pretty accountable when it comes to that stuff. They want to put themselves in the right position. As every game goes by, especially our 20-year-olds, they want to make sure that, they're in a good spot and looking to advance, right? Like that's what this is about. So, can't take anyone for granted. And, going into Saturday, it was 1-0 game going into the third period. So, that game definitely could have been different. So it's, it's good that, I think, we did handle our business, as Yuri said. But, the other case is we got to get ready and move forward for this coming week.
Yari, you're one of those veteran leaders on the team. You came back here to Wisconsin Dells for now your 3rd season here under Coach Bill Zanaboni. We always got asked the question, why do you keep coming back to the Dells?
I've been treated good here. It's a good situation here, I think, and Coach is always honest and fair, and it's refreshing in a world where there's a lot of different things happening with coaches and situations, and I had an awesome billet, and it's good to be back here. And I just thought after the last 2 years it'd be a good year to finish here.
Yeah, you went to the national tournament last year. That obviously was a goal of yours last year and another one. What do you think about your chances again this year?
We have a lot of work to do, but we can get there. Our results have been pretty good so far, but I think we have a lot of work to do, and we're working on it every day. So
I noticed you guys got a new player this week. Ben
Yep.
Kester jumps in, former Appleton High School player. Certainly didn't seem out of place. Played 2 games, 2 goals in that first game. I believe 2 goals in the second game as well. Yari, what's that like? I'm going to ask you first. As a veteran guy, to have someone jump in, not only partially the way through the season, but partially through a weekend to come into the lineup, what do you do to make sure that he adjusts well?
I think in junior hockey, everyone can jump in wherever they're needed, and he did a good job. You just have to work hard, and good stuff will happen. He worked hard. He fit in good locker room guy. So.
And Coach, what did it mean for you to be able to bring Ben in? I know there's been some injury issues. Alex Drulia went down again. Christian Vela has been out. Hunter Jensen's still kind of on the mend. To have another guy up there to be able to play, what did that mean for you this weekend?
Yeah, it's good, right? Injuries are going to happen throughout the year. We don't expect them to happen, I guess, as often as they have this early, but that's kind of the nature of the beast. And our guys have adapted real well, whether they're jumping duck, helping a decor or penalty kill or whatever it is. So, and that's part of having the mature group that we do with the older veteran guys. But I thought he did fine. My biggest thing, as Yuri brought up already, was work ethic. That's the main thing that he could have controlled coming into the weekend. Him and I sat down at the cabin and went over all of our systems and stuff, and which was I'm sure a lot to take in. But he just continued to work and skate hard and finish checks, and so I think there's a really good foundation there to add him into our lineup.
I know adversity goes all the way through the weekend, but it seemed that at one point in the weekend, right at the midway point, when you guys are coming out of the second period on night number 2, only leading 1-0 after pretty much handling the Upers up until that point, what do you do to change the momentum back to the point where you guys then go on to score the 6 goals in the third period and then go on for 13 more on Sunday?
Well, I think, the biggest thing is you just have to continue to get these guys motivated right now. We're winning games by, probably a larger margin than normal. And sometimes it's tough to get, keep motivated and keep guys on task, on point. But, that's pretty much what we address, and what's the identity that we want. And, I think our guys kind of took that to heart, and, I think the results kind of were were of what our veteran leadership kind of just shown, rather than, you know, in the locker room talking. They kind of just went out and did the work, and everyone else kind of followed the lead. And we had a lot of young guys that played really well this weekend for us, and all three goaltenders played this weekend, which is a good thing for us, and they all played really well when called upon. So yeah, I mean, there's not a ton of X's and O's changes or nothing like that. It's, you know, it's just to refresh them and remind them, like, hey, what are we doing here? What's the purpose? And once you have the guys that we do in the locker room, it's pretty easy to coach or to keep guys going once you just get those bullet points down.
Yeah, I noticed you had a little chuckle there when Coach mentioned how big you guys are winning by right now. You're averaging nearly 9 goals per game. You're giving up a third of a goal per game. What's it like out on the ice knowing that your offense is going, which is thereby not giving their offense any chance, and when their offense is getting chance, your goaltenders seem to be stopping everything?
It's good. We like to give the goalies a couple tests throughout the game, but it's good. We try. It's kind of scary because the farther we go, it's going to be a lot harder, and it would be nice to have hard games all year, because I think that's what makes you better. And last year at Nationals, we played Northern Iowa, and we hadn't seen a lot like them throughout the year, and it took us a period and a half to adjust there. But I think once we adjusted, we played against them fine. So hopefully our games will be closer and pick up.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because coming up this week, you guys got 2 pretty good tests. It starts on Thursday, where you take on the now Forest Lake Lakers. Coach, I know you're ready for that game.
Yep.
And then Saturday night, you guys head into Rochester. If there's any team that's kind of been keeping pace with you guys at the start of the season, it's Rochester. They're averaging 10 goals per game. Had a little scare this week, but they were able to slip out. What happens this week?
Well, I think, you know, we just got to focus on ourselves. You know, I think we're excited to play both teams. You know, right now we're focused on Forest Lake, and you know, we know for sure that their goaltending is going to be pretty good, and that's good for us. I mean, you know, like you said, we're averaging close to 9 goals a game. I think it's 8.99 right now. Our power play is right at 30.7, penalty kills at 97. So, like, our numbers are good, and it's going to be fun to get tested and to kind of see where we're at. If you know, if we are as good as our numbers, or maybe we're just kind of getting lucky right now at the beginning of the year. So it's you know, it's exciting. I think the biggest thing we have to do is we got to go to work. It's a short week. We got to make sure that we're focused right off the bat come tomorrow, and you know, we still got to go out and have fun, because you know, we got to enjoy ourselves, and you know, that helps you move a little faster. It helps things go a little smoother. So I'm looking forward to it. I know for sure our locker room is excited to play these 2 games. And to me as a coach, like, that's exciting to see guys, you know, amped up and ready for a weekend series.
Would you rather see these guys for the first time at home or on the road?
Well, it doesn't matter to me. We can play them on a pond. You know, I mean, we can play them in an alley. It doesn't matter to me. You know, good teams have to win on the road. You know, championship teams have to win on the road. So it's, you know, I know.
So do you take stock in that you get to go there on the road and really get to test yourself against them first on the road instead of doing it at home?
No, to be honest, I don't look at it in any other way. I like being on the road at home, or at the first of the year, because I think it gives our guys time to bond. It gives us, you know, a chance to be at home at the end of the year and make a playoff push, or if we got to maybe, you know, catch up some games that we gave away earlier. So that's kind of why our schedule the way it is. But no, it doesn't matter where we play them. I mean, we got to focus on one thing, and that's us, to make sure we're pushing the pace.
And Yari, for you, you've played against Rochester in Rochester. It's a different experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
You'd like going in there and being the away
I
team,
love
being
it.
the underdog?
Yeah. The first year was rough and frustrating for a little, but as we've gone on, it's gotten better, and it'll be good to have some competitive games there. It's fun, good environment.
Now, you guys have taken care of business there the last couple of times that you've been up at Rochester. I'm looking back at the playoffs. Robbie Meadows got the shutout. And then I believe it was the first time you guys were up there last year, the 7-0 game,
Yep.
where they were waiting to do the teddy bear toss, and you didn't give them the opportunity to do the teddy bear toss.
Yeah.
What do you do to get yourself focused to go into that environment, Yari?
it can be nerve-wracking, but you gotta just I think you gotta calm down, relax your nerves. It's just another hockey game, 60 minutes of hockey. And so you just play it like it's any other game and try and work hard.
And Coach, for you, bringing a veteran squad in, I noticed this is actually the oldest team in the MNJHL Minnesota division. That's got to be somewhat comforting for you to know that you have all those veterans to go into a place like Rochester, so if some of the younger kids do get a little riled up, you got the older players that can settle them down.
Yeah, I mean, that was, that to me, that was the goal this year. I mean, we lost, a big group of our guys last year, and to stay competitive, I thought, we got to get some older guys in here to come in with their returners. And the biggest thing for me is like for Yari's a 20-year-old. It's who's going to be supporting him on a line or in a lineup for that night. And as a coach, it's my job to put the right people in that lineup to make sure we're competitive enough to, so our 20-year-olds and even our younger guys get looked at. Making sure we're competitive every game, every practice. And I think, with the group that we have, and once, a couple of these guys get healthy, maybe that lineup changes. And so it's exciting right now. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun to kind of see some of our younger guys, how they react. And I think with guys like Yari and, our captains and our veteran guys, they can kind of just calm everything down. And, the biggest thing I think is to keep it light. Don't change anything. Don't grip your stick too tight, and, enjoy it, like embrace the environment. We had it up on Isanti already once this year, so that was a good test for us. And, from my videos that I've seen up in Forest Lake, it's been packed. Now I know we're playing there on Thursday night, so, it might be a coin toss, but they've had a good environment too, so it should be a great weekend for, to play in for some hostile environment and see, mentally if our guys are tough enough to do it.
Yari, I know your style of play seems to fit the anti-Rochester mold, which is getting in front of the net, getting them a little rattled. Didn't work out so badly for you this weekend. You had 3 goals, 3 assists, the hat trick on the Sunday session. Do you personally play teams differently knowing how they are, or do you just go out and play your game the same way every time?
No, I just play to what I've been doing, and I've been pretty successful as long as I stick to what I'm supposed to do. I try not to do too much. Simple, move the puck and stand in front of the net if I need to.
Do you really like standing in front of the net?
I love it.
You embrace it?
It's fun. I don't know. I like it. I don't have to think too much.
Just stand there and take the beating, huh?
It's not too bad.
Now, Coach, for you, as a former goalie, you hated that guy standing in front of your net the whole time.
Yeah, I did, and I always respect our guys that did it. So it's kind of like a love-hate relationship. I love that. We have guys like Yari and Woody and Buchanan, those guys that like to get in there in front of the dirty areas. But then we're stressing on our D to make sure we're moving guys out in front of our net too. So it's just one of those things. It's a huge percentage area where goals can be scored and mistakes can be made, and you got to take care of one and try to take advantage of the other end. So,
is it harder to keep that guy in front of the net all the time? You guys, I noticed over the past 2 years, not necessarily a puck possession team, but certainly a team that puts up the shots and doesn't let the shots go the other way. I believe you're somewhere in the neighborhood of now 66-16 is what you're out shooting your opponent on average per game. You do that basically with just 4 guys and then the one guy standing in front of the net. How do you guys get that done?
Well, I mean, our guy in front of the net will release for sure, and if we have to be first to pucks, I mean, that's the main thing. And we try to keep it basic and simple, right? Like we don't want to keep pucks on the perimeter too long. We want to get it inside and move it to the net, and that's where we work on battle drills and cage matches where it's in tight, within a 2-3 foot radius, and you got to be able to put stuff home and help us out. I think that's where you're going to win hockey games, when it's 2 big time teams playing against each other. That's what's going to change a game.
Yari, in the past, Rochester's done a little running and gunning against the Ducks, and it doesn't always necessarily pay off. Do you guys plan any sort of kind of counteroffensive? I know a few times I've seen you taking that puck back out. You said you're not necessarily comfortable doing that, but you'll do it if you have to.
Yeah. I don't know. We're just gonna go play. We try not to worry about what they're gonna do. have our systems and they work, and if we need to adjust, we adjust. And if we worry about our own game and play our own game, we'll win. So not too worried about them.
And Coach, I have to ask you about your goaltending situation right now, and I say goaltending controversy in the best possible way because all of your goalies are playing so well right now.
Yeah.
Each one of them has at least one shutout now, with Matt Millendorf picking up the shutout on Saturday. Jared Young has 2, Sandro Ashelman's now up to 3 shutouts.
Yeah.
You guys have only given up 3 goals all year long. But on the flip side of that, you've only given up somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 20 shots per game. 20 is the most. It happened twice. Do you feel more comfortable if your goalies are going to be getting some more work? I know those goalies seem to like that kind of stuff from time to time.
Well, I think the goalies do, but it's our job to keep scoring chances and everything like that to a minimum. Odd man rushes. That's the kind of discipline that we want. That's what we've been working for in all these games that we've played so far is to play another top team, which we have respect for every team in the league. But right now, Forest Lake and Rochester are 2 teams that have kind of proven it numbers-wise that, they're looking to come. And it's something that we've addressed with our team all year. After the year we had last year, and, the target's going to be on your back. And I think for sure this weekend it'll be the test. If we can keep these teams under 25, 30 shots each game, I think we'll have a good shot at winning some hockey games this weekend with our goaltending making some saves and, on our offense winning those dirty battles in front and scoring a greasy goal on the road.
You guys will be up to 8 straight road games after this weekend, which means you're not even to the halfway point of your road calendar here coming up. It was 17 straight. You're getting closer and closer to finally coming back home on November 21st. Where do you want to be in position when you guys come back? It looks like you're going to have quite a few games in hand on everybody right now. You have 4 games in hand on Rochester. How far ahead do you guys feel like you need to be when you get back here?
Well, we always say our destiny's in our own hands, right? So it's, we'd like to win as many games as possible. The quicker that you can separate yourself from the pack, the better off it is. And that's, we try to prepare ourselves right away from day 1 at camp, so we can come out and get things going in the right direction. But, we have 17 on the road. We want to win every game. That's our goal. If we can go the whole year winning every game, then we've accomplished one of many goals that we have, I don't know everyone else's schedule. I don't even know where teams are in games played, but I just know when we come home, we're going to be home for a while, and we got to take care of business on the road and make sure that we're putting ourselves in a good spot to kind of, get guys rest when we need rest before playoffs like we did last year, and put guys in the right situations to succeed. And to be honest with you, it's once we can start getting home and having like more easy days, it's about getting guys going to school. So we want to get this out of the way. We want to make sure we take care of business and put these guys on the map somewhere.
And Yari, for you, just being at home toward the end of the year, with the potential goals that you might have, is that kind of the way you see it as well?
Yeah, it's nice. It seems at the beginning of the year, road trips aren't quite as long. Everyone's still fresh off the summer, not as many bodies banged up. And everyone's pretty gung-ho to go on the road. At the end of the year, it can get longer, and so it'll be nice to be at home. You can get some more rest and get in your routine better. So that'll be nice with the long season we have to be healthy and stay healthy.
And you guys already got your longest trip, at least by mileage, out of the way now with your trip up to Ironwood. It wasn't so bad, was it?
No, it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, it was fun.
Perfect. You guys had a good time up there, a good bonding experience. How was the black ice?
It wasn't that bad, I don't think.
It wasn't too bad. It was a little different, but it's still just hockey.
It looks a little odd on the internet feed.
Yeah, it's darker, I think, from the internet feed than it is in real life. But you know what? The owners there were great people, and staff was great to us, and they treated us just first class. So it was a great experience for us. We had some fun. We're out in the woods on the cabins, and just kind of a different experience. But our guys really embraced it and enjoyed it.
Did you get your pasties?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Did you got your post-game pasties?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How were they, Ari?
They're good.
They were
Really good,
fantastic.
yeah.
You're not in Upper Michigan if you didn't get pasties. It just didn't happen. Well, guys, coming up this week, short week for you.
Yeah.
Up here on Thursday, which means you get, well, basically one day cut out of the week. And then Saturday against Rochester. Two pretty good tests coming up this week with teams that are going to be fighting you guys all the way through. Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's it for Dells Ducks Weekly here from Monks at the Wilderness. Don't forget, Monks is a proud sponsor of Dells Ducks Hockey. We invite you to check them out, especially if you're coming to Pop Your Waterman for one of those game sets. Once we eventually get back home, we'll be back home at some point. Make sure you make a little stop at Monks and appreciate the people who help make hockey possible, because without them, well, probably just be playing on a pond somewhere. My name is Matt Panier, Coach Santaboni, Yari Nightenbach. Thank you, guys, and we'll catch you next week.
Yeah, thanks, Matty.
All right, thanks, everyone. We'll catch you next time. And clear.